So welcome back students. Today I will discuss the last part of this unit, the separation technique part, that is your chromatography. Okay. So last video we have discussed about the fractional distillations, and the one thing you have learned from your book, some of the table is there, that is your miscible liquid mixtures table. Some of the table, like I have mentioned one example, that is methyl alcohol and water, and your books having the 5 or 6 examples. You just see, and you have calculated the temperatures between this, means the two things, that is your water or your alcohols, ethyl alcohols or methyl alcohol. You just calculate and you give the value, and after that you have, whenever this temperature difference is there, when they are miscibles and they are volatile substance, and you can use this process, that is your fractionating column process. Okay, this is fractionation distillation process. Okay, so today I will discuss the chromatography techniques. Again will come these pictures, that is your diagram, and this diagram basically, that is the chromatography. This is very big things nowadays. We have a big use of these things of industry, and as well as pharmaceutical industries also. And chromatography is the latest technique. By this process we can separate out the dissolved components of a mixtures by absorbing them over a appropriate absorbent medium, is called the chromatography. This is the very big thing is there. The important thing and the principle, that is your absorptions, and the thing that is your absorptions principle. So actually the very confusing two terminology is there, that is your one adsorption and another is the absorption. So what is AD and what is AB basically? So AD, that is your adsorption. Whenever the process of that means, suppose that you have a sponge and just you have poured some water over it, and what will happen, the sponge will captured or take the uh, whole water, and this process actually your absorption. When the process of or the gaining of the water or the other solvent throughout is your bulk as well as the surface. Okay, the process actually called the absorption. But with the at term that is adsorption, that is actually the surface phenomenon. like that like that, I have an book and I have just poured some water on the surface of that book. So what will happen, naturally the whole water will not go entire books, or you can say that the full whole books, they will not spread off. They will only sustain on the surface of that paper, or you can say the surface of the cover. So this process actually your adsorption. But this chromatography technique, that is your absorption as well as the adsorptions. Okay, this is called the sorption process. That is things we will learn in higher classes also. So how this process actually thing and that two things are actually contradict to one another. That is the first chromatographic technique, that is called your paper chromatography technique. So paper chromatographic technique, normally the cellulose paper is taken, and the cellulose paper, I mean the two part is there. One part, that is your standard part, and the another part, that is actually your sample part. And now you have needs some mobile phase to what will happen, you have need some mobile phase to carry out the whole substances in the above part of the paper, and you have need some marking on that paper, and you can clearly visualize the whole things easily. Okay, what is your standard and what is your sample. And whenever you have prepared the mobile phase, the phase that is your really mobile, like all the time in dynamic mode. But in case of one the two phases is there needed in case of chromatography. One is mobile phase, and another is, that is your stationary phase. Stationary phase, that is your that phase actually static mode in nature. All time is stagnant in a particular space. That is your static mode. So that is your stationary phase mode. And the stationary phase in the case of paper chromatography, that is your normal paper. But the mobile phase, the made from the different kind of substances, like your hexane, ethyl alcohol, carbon tetrachloride, alcohol, maybe whatever the maybe different kind of according to their solubilities, Okay, and when the marking is over is there, and after that you have just poured the whole paper on into this this mobile face. And what will happen, you just cover it, because this is the volatile substance. If you are not cover it, the whole thing will be evaporate very fastly, and once time will come, then your phase will be less, and you cannot separate out thoroughly. Okay, so now the thing is, the whole whole mobile face is there, and you just pour the whole this mobile face into this container, and after that you cover it and pour one paper into it, and you will see some phase will travel fast. The phase will travel fast means this mobile phase will come fast, and this will actually adsorb and absorb. Two things uh, simultaneously occur, that is your absorption process. Adsorptions of the absorptions is literally, and the whole thing will absorb and travel. And one fine will come that after that achieving of 2 hours, 1 hours, and after the achieving whole the components that is have mixed, and like your like point wise, your reference point, and as well as your your sample part, all the things will go far away from the mark. And then you have to see these things over the ultraviolet ray or the UV chamber, and you can easily found the two spot correspondingly there. The one spot like that, this is the suppose this is not the literally is not the correct spot, but suppose that I have one spot I have getting over here, and the another spot I have getting over here. So suppose this part actually your reference standard part, and this part your sample part. So you have a clear distinguished, and you have a clear difference between the two spot. One spot is something less and one spot is something high. So this factor actually is called the RF distance travel by solute, distance travel by solvent. So this will learn in higher classes. But the thing is, one comparative study we have seen these things. So this part actually your sample part. Suppose that this part your sample part, this part your standard part. That means the one clear idea, that is your whatever the sample, unknown sample you have been used here, and that is quite pure and quite pure, and some things will be spotted here, and that is the reason of some impurity. But if the spot is like that, and that means your purity is 100%. So by this use you can use separate out the pure and impurities of the substances, as well as the distinguishing between the two components in a mixtures. Okay, so these have been lot of used applications in drug industries, cosmetic industries, as well as in the research lab also. So you can first of all, for identifications of the drugs molecule, you can use this process. Okay, so this is the very important and the modern technology, but without the practicing, without the lab work, you are not unable, you are unable to understood these things, very practical things. So you need to go lab first, and then you check first. For the lab facility is not available in your school as well as in your curriculum also. So that's why you just need only the thoroughly unit book. In higher classes we will learn these things in BSc or the master degree level. So otherwise it have no application, as well as you have application, some of the applications in industries also. Some of the application in school, only the university level. School level there is no any kind of provisions. Okay, thank you. So this is the whole chapters of this your separation technique. Your work, you just thoroughly go through these books, and you will just you will learn the whole things very nicely. If you have any doubt, you can clearly contact with me, and if you have any problem, you can share with me. Okay, thank you.